Hey, what is up, YouTube? And welcome back to Sydney's Best Gyms, episode number 5. And the gym that we're covering today is World Gym Northern Beaches. So it's the old Kingdom Gym up in Brookvale in Sydney's Northern Beaches. And this gym, in my opinion, has always been my favourite gym in Sydney, and I would rank this as Sydney's best gym. And the reason why I would say that is just because of the variety and selection of the equipment. The original owner, Mark Patience, really knew exactly what he needed to create a great gym. So there's great stuff for powerlifters and bodybuilders, and enough space for all of the quality machines that have been hand selected from all over the world. So getting right into it, and the first machines that we'll look at are the back machines at World Gym Northern Beaches. So right there you have the Prime pullover machine for back training. Also, you could use that for chest training as well. But my favourite at that gym for the pullover machine is the Atlantis one that they also have. So I find this a great pullover machine, and great way to start your back workout and target the lats before you bring any biceps into any of the movements. Then looking at all the hammer strength stuff, so you've got your standard hammer strength like low rows and pull down machines, all the standard hammer strength stuff for your back training. So then looking at all the rowing machines or your T-bar rows, so that there is the prone Watson T-bar row, and you've also got an Atlantis T-bar rowing machine as well. I probably prefer the prone rows to really isolate the back a little bit more, and you've also got the high bench row, which is great for upper back training or hitting the rhomboids and mid-trap sort of area. Probably the best back equipment that they've got there is this Prime row that I really love. It's with Prime, you can set the weight at different points of the strength curve. Normally I just keep the weight in the middle, but it's a really great machine to work on your rowing. And then they've also got a Watson seated row. You can't really see here, but there's lots of different adjustments that you can make. You can also use the Prime grips there, but you can sort of lift the cable a lot higher and lower, and plenty of adjustments. And then the high bench row, one of my favourite exercises for hitting the upper back and isolating the upper back. And as you can see there, they've got the barbell that you use for it as well. And this rear delt machine, so you've got the cutout where you can stick your head so you can breathe at the top, and that is probably the best rear delt machine that I've used. So, and also another piece that I'd like to mention is the reverse hyper. So this is the Atlantis reverse hyper. It's not really a back, well, it's a lower back machine, but a great sort of rehab machine for your lower back. And they've also got the Watson one there, which is just a little bit too heavy for me to use. And they've also got the gluten ham, the hammer strength gluten ham raise there. And they've also got these this Nordic drop machine for your hamstrings and lower back as well, which is a great machine. And now looking at the leg stuff. So as you can see, plenty of different machines to choose from. Pretty much every leg press and hack squat and that's on the market, and we'll go through them one at a time. So the first one is the Cybex leg press that was famously used by Dorian Yates, one of the best leg presses on the market. Cybex has always got great machines. A bit of an older version, but still great. And the Cybex hack squat, which is also one of the best hack squats on the market. Again, a little bit of an older model, but definitely still does the job. Then next up, we have the Watson leg press. So this is a leg press that you can use for unilateral training as well. but one of the best leg presses, a big platform, so you can do definitely a lot of different foot placements. And then you've got the Watson pendulum squat as well, which is kind of like your hack squat, working the quads at the length and range mostly. And then you've got the Atlantis leg press, which is kind of like the Cybex swing squat, which is going to be more sort of hip and abductor dominant than quads. Just depends on where you put your feet, I guess, at the end of the day. You've also got the V squat, which you can use in reverse. A lot of guys like to really load this one up and get a lot of glutes involved there. You've got the Watson vertical leg press, beautiful machine for targeting quads. And you've also got the Atlantis vertical leg press for a bit of variation. I think the Watson one is probably the one that I would go for, though. So there you go. That's all the leg stuff. They've also got this leg press, which is more for like explosive power, a bit more like for an athlete training for speed. Also got a proper power rack for the powerlifters, which they use in their competitions for your big heavy lifts where the weight is too hard to walk out. And then you've got the squat racks. So you've got 4 squat racks. This is an old photo, of course, but you've got your 4 squat racks and deadlift platforms, so plenty of room. So you won't sort of miss the opportunity to get a good workout in with plenty of equipment around. And also should mention that there is a belt squat there for blokes that or people that don't like to use the bar for squatting. They've got lower back issues or things like that. So you've got the belt squat. You've also got the hip thrust, Watson hip thrust machine, and your standard hyperextension as well. They've also got a really nice Watson hyperextension there too. Also, one of their better hamstring pieces of equipment is this single leg standing hamstring curl that you don't really see in many gyms by Atlantis anyway. So on to the shoulder stuff. So here we have a prime shoulder press. So with obviously prime, you can set the weight at different ranges of the strength curve, and they also have an Atlantis shoulder press right next to it, which is also a great machine. Atlantis is always a great brand. They also have this, I think it's called a Viking press. So it's like a standing press. I love this machine. I usually use it if I'm going to be training shoulders at this gym. Just kind of like a barbell press, but just a little bit more comfortable. They've also got an Atlantis rear delt machine, very smooth machine, makes the rear delt training a whole lot easier, and you can target the muscle quite nicely. Also a standing side lateral machine by Atlantis. These machines are very popular because it changes the strength curve, so it's a little bit heavier at the bottom as opposed to say when you're using a dumbbell. And then moving on to the dumbbells. So as you can see there's a lot of dumbbells at this gym. So they've got the Fat Grip Watson dumbbells for arm training, but they go all the way up. I think it's about 200 kilos, that dumbbell there, or not 200 kilos, at least 200 pounds, sorry. But they do have a dumbbell. I'm not exactly sure how much it is, but I think that might be 150 kilos, that dumbbell down there. So it doesn't get used much. I think they've only got one. So I definitely won't be using it. But also the different bars that they have. So you've got your Texas Power bars and your bench pressing bars and squatting bars. And they've also got that Earthquake bar, which is the one with the bamboo on the end, which is great for for building stability with your bench press. But that might be the end of part 1 of this awesome gym at World Gym Northern Beaches. And catch me again soon for part 2.